Hi YouTubers, resellers, and thrifters. Here I am with another video. So I'm going to show you my Thrift With Me. Some of you have done this with me before, but we're in this apartment temporarily, and I want to show you how awesome the location is and how quickly I can get over to the local thrift store. So come along with me. I have a mission actually. Rural Squirrel won the Bolo Buddies Bins Challenge. So I need to send her a prize, and it has to be a thrifted prize. So I'm gonna head to the thrift store and look for something to send to Rural Squirrel for her prize. So I grab my cart and my bag and I head down the hallway, down the elevator, out through the lobby, the front lobby of our apartment building, out through our plaza. And then I make a left onto the main street in town, another quick right, and up ahead you can see I'm already at the Salvation Army. Literally a 2-minute walk. It's a reseller's dream, basically. So when I first go in, I grab a cart and I put my wheel cart in there. Ooh, I just saw a suitcase down there it looked like I should have looked at. But when I first look in, I'm looking at the artwork, and partly I'm looking for things for the apartment, so not just for resale, but we did furnish our apartment with all free items and some thrifted items, and I have a couple of blank walls there, so I am looking both for myself as well as for resale. Now for resale, I see this beautiful wooden mirror. It was quite heavy, so it really would have been difficult to ship, and they wanted $24.99 for it, so I passed that over. I find a lot of bric-a-brac, they call it at the store, bric-a-brac, brick, and I picked that up. It had a little chip in it, so not going to be getting that. This hippo looked to me like it maybe was soapstone. They wanted $4.99. It was a kind of soapstone carved trinket box, but another chip, pretty significant enough to say that I was not going to pick that up. Sorry about my finger there on my camera. I'm gonna have to work on that. So there are shelves here that are regular shelves like those, and then there are some center console sort of things, center square shelves. Now this particular shelf, I found a $400 clown, a little over 400 with shipping, and so for some reason I just always gravitate back to it. It was part of a set, that clown, and I keep thinking that I'll see another one appear that was in the set. You just never know. It was really tiny, and it is in one of my other What Sold videos. So these are items from like Home Goods, Target, Marshalls. I don't generally pick up items like that. There are always exceptions, but you know, when something is so inexpensive to begin with, it's not really going to be a good resale item. These little figurines were really intriguing, but I did Google Lens them, I should say, and I really didn't come up with anything definitive, and they were priced quite high. Here are some larger ones here. No markings, nothing to help me figure out what they might be and if that high price was worth it. I thought they were really cool looking. These are beautiful, and I'm thinking of picking them up until I see the huge crack in the back. Now that's really unusual. That's like the third item that I've picked up in this store that was significantly damaged. Really unusual for this store, so I'm not quite sure exactly what's going on. But disappointing to say the least when you find something that you think you're probably going to pick up and you turn it around and see visual cracks. You know, sometimes you'll find small imperfections that you can really feel more than see, but these are significant. Here's a really pretty piece of pottery. Bam! Another huge defect. Really too bad, because that's just super cool. And not worth even comping, so I don't take the time to do that. Sometimes I will, once in a while. You know, you want to educate yourself on items and what they are, but some really pretty pottery. Now $2.99 for something like that, probably sold on the tourist market. Really not enough profit margin for resale, so I do put those back. Now, if I had seen any of those 3 recent items for like a quarter at a garage sale or something, I would have picked those up. This is just $1.99. I decided to take that and comp it. Those carved candles like that can really go for some good money depending on the size, the intricacy of the carving. That one had shells in it, so I thought it was worth maybe taking a look at. So I head over to the wall shelves, and here at the Salvation Army, like a lot of thrift stores, everything is grouped by color. So my first item that I look at is this pie plate with a recipe inside. I have done really well with some of those, some of the vintage ones. That was not vintage. Some Mikasa pottery, which is absolutely worth a pickup sometimes, but there really weren't a lot of pieces included, and the price was pretty high, so I just don't want to get involved with taking the time to comp those, thinking ahead about shipping them. I have several sets of china that I need to get listed, and I've just been kind of holding off because of the shipping. This really pretty miniature pie plate, I might have picked it up if I had been sourcing in upstate New York. And you know, you have to remember, when I'm sourcing here, everything has to be transported to my home in upstate New York. So I am much more cautious about what I source when I am in New Jersey in terms of the bulk and how heavy it's going to be to get it back to upstate. These were really pretty, and they said they were made in Italy, so I'm absolutely going to comp those. And they also come with this cute little ice bucket. I'm really thinking about getting them, and another chip, like really significant chip, and it just totally turned me off to the set because it didn't have the whole set or an even number of glasses. This was really pretty. This is a really tiny, small children's cup in the shape of a drum, and lo and behold, I turn it over and it's Tiffany & Company. So that absolutely goes in the cart to comp. This is what I do. I will put items in the cart for me to hold on to until I find a moment to take a seat, usually on the furniture somewhere, and go through the comps. Sometimes if it's a big bulky item, I'll comp it right there before I do put it in the cart, simply because I don't want it taking up space in the cart. But some little items like that, I'll just keep thrifting and then take some time to sit down and go through everything one by one when I make my decisions on what I'm going to keep and what I'm going to put back on the shelf. So lots of glassware, pottery, plates, vases, trinkets, lots to look at here. I haven't been to this store in a while, so it is taking me a little bit longer to go through the items on the shelves because I'm really not familiar with any of it. A really pretty piece of pottery, painted pottery, looks like probably made in Italy, and it had a really significant crack. It had been repaired. I'm just kind of floored by how much stuff is damaged, and of course it's all the things I like. So I see this plate down underneath. It was kind of sticking out. It says "We love latkes," and I decide to put that in the cart to comp. Here I see some realistic fruit in glass, and they had it marked up pretty high, $10. I believe that's for the jar and also for the fruit. So there are some green apples and some lemons, and the realistic looking fruit really does sell well. So if that had been a lower price, I would have picked it up, but I don't want the jars, and for $10, that's just not leaving enough room for profit, so I leave those on the shelf. Really pretty pottery plate, but again, just a single plate. That's not something that I'm going to pick up unless it looks like, you know, a single plate somebody might choose to purchase to help fill out their set. I thought this was super cute. A construction piece, but it really was not in good condition. It was a water bottle with a construction theme, kids theme, not good condition. Now this is a Royal Caribbean ship, and it's one of the older ships, so I do put that back, but I definitely love to pick up cruise wear, cruise items and things like that. This is awesome. It's so cute. So the information's all there on the Pottery Studio from Maine, that moose mug. No chips, thankfully, and so that actually does go carefully into my cart. So I'm going to comp that. Really pretty platter. But again, I just, I'm thinking of the work involved to get that to upstate and then to ship it out. So I'm pretty cautious with large items and with especially large breakable items. Really liked this. I love to pick up dog themed items and cat themed items, but they wanted $4.99, and I maybe should have comped that to see, but it has my favorite dog, a German Shepherd, on there, as well as lots of other great breeds. As you can see, I kind of looked at something else, went back to it. And even now, doing the voiceover, I wonder if I should have at least comped that, if not picked it up. Now, I look up here, and this catches my eye. And as I get closer, I get more and more excited because I see that this is Native American horsehair pottery. And that means that those stringy little squiggly lines have been pieces of horsehair actually laid on the pottery when it's firing, and it's just so pretty and so beautiful, and some of it can go for really good money. But look at this, look at these chips. Now these can go for significant money, and so I even think about still comping it even with the little bit of damage, and that's just because some artists are worth lots and lots of money, and even with a small piece of damage I might we'll see how it comps out. Really pretty cut glass, possibly crystal drinking pitcher. I don't know a huge amount about cut glass, and look at all the clear glass in this store. 1, 2, 3, 4 full shelves of clear and cut glass and crystal, and I just don't have the time to. Sometimes I will pick up pieces, and I've had a few items sell really well, but they do take a lot of time for me to comp. Now here's one of those pie plates I was telling you about. This is vintage from 1983, Royal China Company. The apple pie just doesn't sell as well as some of the others, and that's because it was more commonly made. So you'll go onto eBay and find lots and lots of them available. One that I made really good money on was the blueberry pie because it was less commonly made or purchased. Strawberry can go really well. Cherry can go pretty good, but the apple is just, there's a lot of them out there, so I do not pick that one up. But I do recommend, if you find an unusual fruit or a different looking one and it is vintage, definitely take the time to comp it. So now I'm moving into some dark wood colored and browns. Interesting planter. Some mugs. I don't pick up a lot of mugs. This piece of wood is so intriguing to me, and it's been there for a while now, but they just haven't marked it down. They really don't mark down their bric-a-brac at this particular store. So these pieces were interesting. Now I do pick this up. $7.99 is quite a lot, only because I want to comp this. I want to see what this is. I've never really seen this pottery with metal affixed to it, and the one on the left as well is a similar type of piece. So I do end up comping that and just not really finding anything on it. So while it does go in the cart right there, I end up putting that back. And now I'm moving into these metal pieces, black, silver, really pretty set of glassware, but a lot of work. So now I'm going into the center shelves. These, of course, catch my attention. They're very pretty. So this is CBK Limited. These are vintage, but they're from a brand that's just not particularly high-end or anything like that, so the quality just really isn't there on those, and for a higher price I leave those behind. This is a glass plate with a kind of a bronze inlaid in it, and I don't pick that up. I do recommend always opening up boxes. It looks like those are some little Netsuki maybe, or maybe just chess pieces perhaps. I'm not sure what they were, but I leave those behind. I see a clown and I immediately think of my $400 clown, but of course this is not the glass Murano clown. If you haven't seen that video, that is in one of my recent What Sold videos where I sell the $400 clown, and so exciting to just find something like that on a thrift store shelf. Just really fun. It's what makes this treasure hunting what it is for all of us resellers, and it's why going thrifting or watching other people go thrifting can be a lot of fun. It's treasure hunting. So here I see a lot of Avon items, and remember that this is just a beautiful set. First of all, I don't know this Temptations pottery. It's a more modern company and set. I might have picked that up if I had been in upstate. Here's a Guitar Hero guitar. I know that these can sell well. I know a lot of people seek these out. It's just a little bit expensive, and I have no way to really test it in the store, and I just don't want to put the money into something that may or may not work. So I do leave that behind. Now here there are a lot of Avon bottles, and these generally don't bring very much, so I don't even really look at them except for this one, and that's because you have to remember that I'm trying to find the Winnebago motorhome. I don't know if I should have picked that up. I'm gonna have to comp that and see if I should have. So I did put the screenshot up there, and I'm glad I didn't pick it up. It ranged from $24, but brand new in the box, all the way down to like $3. So other than possibly thinking that might have been an interesting gift for the winter rural squirrel, I just decided not to pick that up. Now this is an interesting Gerber baby food warmer, vintage. I have sold these in the past, and I had a hard time pulling it off the shelf, which is the whole point of those. They're supposed to stick to the table or the high chair. I didn't pick that one up. I'm not sure why. I think the graphics just didn't appeal to me. They weren't as kind of cute and vintagey looking, so I didn't even really comp that, to tell you the truth. Maybe I should have that as well. So just heading down the last few aisles here, I looked down at this Callaway Golf putting training mat, and I don't end up taking that out of the box to check to see. Kind of a big, bulky, heavy item, and so I leave that behind. Just the last few sections here with some more pottery and glass. I absolutely love this. Now, I love glass. Look how pretty this is. It's a light lavender color, and unfortunately there were just no markings. There was nothing on it to tell me what it was, and I had the distinct impression from some of the price tags on there that kind of the remnants of price tags that it might have been something from, say, Home Goods or one of those other stores. So I pick up and look at that little fish trinket box, but it just was not very good quality, although I do love to pick up fish items. They sell really well if they're nice quality, you know, for a bathroom, for a beach house, for a kitchen, for a tropical theme. And just looking down here, this of course catches my eye. Now this is a metal Tonka truck, so a vintage metal Tonka truck. I picked that up, and I do end up comping that, and it really didn't comp out very well, about $20, and they wanted maybe 10 for it. So just an overview of the store. As I'm heading over to sit down in the furniture, I see this little plush, and I wonder if it's a Squishmallow, but it's not. And one last item was this really pretty blue sky candle holder ceramic home, and I have sold these before. They sell really well. I put it in my cart. Guess what? Giant chip. It's crazy. Okay guys, I'm back, and the beauty of thrifting just across the street, literally, is that I don't feel compelled to buy things because I'm there, you know, I'm there all the time. And so if I came home with just 4 items, and that's fine with me. All 4 of them are things that I feel good about. And so I can be really picky about what I pick up. I don't have anything that I have for Rural Squirrel today. I want to get her something travel related because of her lifestyle, traveling around the country, and so none of these are really it yet, but I will find something good. So here's what I got. This first item is this giant, I got this right at the tail end, this giant plush red-eyed tree frog. This is from the Rainforest Cafe. And I know Rainforest Cafe items can be collectible. This was a little difficult to do research on in the store because this design, this kind of metallic iridescent design wasn't popping up. So I did have to go deep into Worth Point, and I did find a really nice comp from 10 years ago and hardly any other. So this is a more rare version with this metallic pattern, really good condition, and that comp was for $52 10 years ago. So, you know, prices fluctuate up and down, but I'm probably gonna list it around that price mark. And I might even do an auction on this item just because it was so hard to comp. I didn't find any others being sold like it. So item number 1. Item number 2, not something I'm gonna look forward to shipping, and I went really just with my gut on this one, but it's different, it's pretty, it's kind of folksy, and I think, you know, around some of the Jewish holidays, this really will sell. Latkes, it's got the menu, the ingredients there, and I just thought it was really good. No chips, great condition, and it was only $5.99. So I really went with my gut on this one, and I'll probably list this in the $35 to $40 range. Okay, next was the cast iron, cast metal motorcycle police patrol. And I think I found one exactly like this. I was concerned that maybe this was a replica because I don't see any paint on it, but I did find one just like it that comped for $52 on auction, and so that to me is even better because that means multiple people agreed that it was worth that value. So I'll probably list it right at that price point. I'm not going to auction it. I might do like maybe $48.95, something like that, just slightly under what it went for at auction. I don't know, I'm gonna think about it, but I did find a comp on it, and so I did pick this up, and there was no price on it, and she just priced it at $3.99 at the register. Final item was one of the first items I found. It was this really beautiful drum-shaped small mug by, of course this is made for Tiffany's. So anything Tiffany's is really almost always going to comp out well, and of course this did. So the comps were anywhere from about $40 for this alone. It does have other pieces to it. I did look through the shelves and just didn't find them, but I'm really happy to have, you know, about a $40 item for just $1.99. So Tiffany's. Thanks everybody for coming along with me. I'm going to be doing another one pretty soon because I need to find something to send to Rural Squirrel. See you soon. Good luck thrifting, everybody.